your interview with Victor Wembanyama. How'd you find this kid? What'd you think?
I'm getting him at the end of basically 4 straight days. And even then, just to be as professional as because you could tell, sitting across from him, I could tell he was tired and exhausted. I actually felt guilty. I was like, we'll have other times to do this, but
yes.
we have to do this today.
Right.
And it's nonstop. And I think, you're in a new city. You now need to leave this sort of craziness of a press conference and all these people. You still have to figure out where you're going to live. Your family's here. They want to obviously get you settled as much as possible. They'll be doing the back and forth as well because, he's got 2 siblings that both play ball. So they can't just be here 24/7. So there's a lot of juggling. And it's quite the effort. He's got to go to Portland. I'm not sure yet what their plan is to do with Summer League. Today, of course, it was announced he's not going to play for the French team at FIBA. So that, I guess, buys him a little bit of rest, or at least a little less work than it would have been. But it's nonstop. It's crazy, too, because the other guy that was drafted at 44 is just sort of like, I feel bad for Victor. I was like, I think we all sort of feel like he's having a really long 3 days, but
right.
Don't feel too bad. He's already loved, and he hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah, but a good kid, right? I mean, like, how about
Completely.
that? What do you got for me?
Like, very just sort of open and honest. I wanted to talk food, and he was like, I'm afraid I'm going to not like the baguettes and croissants here. And I was like, yeah, you're not. They're not even close. But we have other things that you're going to like. And so it'll be fun. And I know he's getting a lot of heat for how thin he is, and he is. But again, he's 19, and I think he's in the right hands. They got a nutritionist. They got a trainer. They're going to do all the good stuff. He just happens to be a really skinny kid. It happens. Bless his heart.
Well, a lot of the conversation about just how skinny he is was based on you as well, Michelle, right? Are you aware of that part of this conversation over the last 48 hours? That picture
was like that was my first time seeing him in person too. First of all, I didn't know my arms were buff until I saw that picture, and I'll be honest with you, I was shocked. Like pleasantly surprised.
Michelle, come on. It wasn't an arm day for you that day? I mean, come on. It wasn't arm day?
DM me your triceps workout.
Yeah, seriously.
I know. It's literally yoga. I don't even do weights. It's all like chaturangas and yoga, which I know I sound like a douche. But
no, you sound like somebody who is doing something healthy is what you sound like to me.
Yeah, I'll take him to some hot classes, and he'll be good to go in no time. I can't imagine him in a hot class.
No, I mean, so please walk me through. What do you know about what their plan is for him on that front?
I mean,
Michelle.
he's got people around him. He's going to have his own sort of separate side, and he has a trainer, the nutritionist. Because the Spurs, I think, are kind of all over the place. Some guys have their own, and again, remember, this team is average age is like 20. So it's not your team of vets that are coming in with their own personal chefs. Like Chris Paul going somewhere, he's got somebody already. He's had somebody. These are all kids that are kind of learning this as they go. Mm-hmm. And so I think the Spurs, sort of having been entrenched in the ways they've been for so long, this will also be a bit of a learning experience on that side of things. But I don't think he will suffer in that department. The food part is fine. It's more about doing it in a healthy way. You don't bulk up as a basketball player. You just have to get stronger. That's kind of the difference in what I think we all think of. And anyone else, he's just going to want to put pure muscle on, but that's not really the goal here, is it? It's so that he can withstand whatever's thrown at him in the paint and anywhere else. And so I think that is the goal here. Zach Collins will probably get the brunt of trying to go up against him in practice. Again, there's no comparable size to throw at him. Like there's nothing. I mean, if you want to get Boban to come in here, I guess, for some practice, but he's a very unique person, and so I think there's going to be a lot of learning as we go. But the excitement level, when I tell you on Saturday, you leave the season last year and nobody was depressed. It's just we know what we were. It was a bad record, young team, fun, but also it's a long season. And then you fast forward to last Saturday, and it was just like beaming faces, and here we go again. And there's just such hope in the air. So it's nice. It's nice to feel that again.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.